Half-Life Alyx, Blade and Sorcery, Beat Saber, and Boneworks. What do all of these games have in common? Well, obviously they're VR games, but they were made for VR. Not just taking a game, giving a headset support, and calling it a day. No, these games had full VR support in mind from day one. Now, I'll let you decide if these games accomplish that goal effectively or not, but there are another kind of VR game out there. A whole world of virtual reality games that weren't initially designed for virtual reality. Now, I'm not talking about just 3D support where you smack a headset onto your head and you can look around the world. No, I'm talking the whole shebang. Full 360-degree movement with full motion controller support. Now, are these games even any good? That's a great question I asked myself 4 days ago at 3 a.m. when I was supposed to be sleeping. Do these official virtual reality modes in non-virtual reality games actually hold water? Well, if you're as curious as me, stick around and discover the world of VR modes in non-VR games. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. The games I'll be covering in today's list include Hitman 3, The Forest, Star Wars Squadrons, ROBLOX VR, Project Wingman, and Payday 2. The criteria for this video is that these virtual reality modes have to be included with your initial game purchase, so no mods whatsoever. I know games like Vivecraft and Half-Life 2 VR exist, but those are not only fan-made mods, but they're not official implementations. Also, an honorable mention to Skyrim VR. I did want to include it in this list, but you have to purchase Skyrim VR separately. In order for a game to be included on this list, the VR mode has to come with your game purchase. Also, there will be chapters in the description if you want to jump to any particular game. Alright, let's begin. Hitman 3 VR is our first game on this list, and is a very interesting case. God, camera. Oh my gosh, that is awful. What am I looking through? You see, it's not really that good. The grip button is sprint? What? Alright, let's get the bad parts out of the way first before we even start. Number one, the controllers are an actual atrocity. They're no lie, they're just bad. To pick up anything, regardless of if you're left-handed or right-handed, it's the right grip and right grip only. For some reason, left grip is sprint? Oh, thank you. To throw items, all right, pay attention. All right, so we got my controllers here, right? So in order to actually throw stuff, you have to first hold the grip button to actually hold the item. Right trigger to prime it, just to like be like, oh, I'm gonna stab you. Left grip to start aiming, and all the while you're aiming, and as you're about to throw, you let go of the left grip, but while continuing to hold the right triggers. Like, it's dumb. Like who made this? Even my camera's saying, now look at him. He's like, oh. The resolution is very pixely. I mean, look at the footage. You can barely see a thing. Yeah. Although I do think there are some fixes out there to fix the resolution problem, so take that with what you will, but it's just a very clunky VR put with really not a lot to write home about. You dropped something. That's what you sound like. Oh shoot. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's an RPK. Dude, this is Japan. How do you have an RPK magazine here? Why do you have an RPK magazine? If I bought Hitman 3 VR just to play VR, I would be walking away from this game with a 2 out of 10 review, if I'm gonna be honest. But do consider what I'm about to preach. The Hitman 3 VR mode on PC is completely free. And let's be real, you're not buying Hitman 3 for VR, you're buying Hitman 3 for Hitman 3. And on the random chance you decide to play the VR mode, you can either have a ton of fun with it, or you're just losing your time. And even though it's kind of buggy. Oh boy! Well, I see bugs as more of an entertainment value than a turnoff when playing games. So the bugs I did encounter with my testing, I just saw as more funny than an annoyance. This is Jedi business. Go back to your drinks, people. So Hitman 3 VR, 5 out of 10. The VR itself isn't that good, but it does get extra bonus points with being a completely free mode. And plus, you can play the entirety of Hitman 3 besides the sniper missions. You can play through the entire story, and you can play Freelancer. So, 5 out of 10. Not great, but not bad. Alright, now we're getting on to something. Yes, you heard that right. The Forest has full VR capabilities. And when I say that, I mean the entire game. From getting up from a plane crash to seeing Timmy have a seizure live on camera, the entire thing is playable within virtual reality. So how good is it though? It's good. It's pretty good. There's really not a lot to write home about. It's just The Forest and all the good things The Forest is in VR. Everything you can do in the forest, you can do in VR as well. Chop down the trees, build bases, reap vengeance onto the local animal population. During my testing, I got out of a plane, collected supplies, found a good plot of land, built a couple of structures, found out how to make Molotovs, used Molotovs on the big lizard I found, started deforesting the land, built my shed, accepted the fact that I will live out the rest of my days in squalor, and burnt myself alive. So overall, a good time. I give The Forest a 8 out of 10 for not only being a good VR port, but also coming free with the game and having multiplayer accessible. You know what seems like a match made in heaven? Star Wars Flight Simulator. That's what Star Wars Squadron is, and it's fully playable in VR. Played this before, played this before, played this before. Go away. How are you? Grace, I don't like you anymore. For those who don't know, Star Wars Squadrons is a flight simulator, but in the Star Wars universe. You play as both an Imperial pilot and a New Republic pilot that you create yourself. And the built-in VR mode is very well made. You have a full 360-degree view of your cockpit.
Combat display? Check. Primary weapons charged up, ready to take down ties.
And everything you need to fly around and dogfight is shown to you through all of the heads-up display elements in said cockpit. And the entire game is playable from start to finish. Now, I can do backflips in VR and not feel anything, but Squadrons admittedly did give me a little bit of motion sickness, and I had to lay down after recording, but I played for about 20 minutes, and as this footage speaks for itself, bitch. There's really not a lot I can say about Squadrons. It's just a VR flight simulator game, and it's a really good one at that. I give this game about an 8 out of 10, not only for having a good VR mode, but also just being a fun game in general. Highly recommend this game for both PC and PC VR users. Yeah. You know we're desperate when we're going to Roblox. Yes, Roblox has VR support. I know, I'm freaking out too. But hear me out. I had a surprisingly good time. So follow me and my baller character as we explore Roblox in VR. I first went to a game called Ragdoll Simulator, and it was okay. Not a lot to do other than play with some of the stuff, so I quickly moved on. I then went to a game called Oppressor VR, and I'll let the footage speak for me, honestly. No way you're real. Dude, this kid needs to actually, like, get a life. Actually. Yeah. Pretty good. My last stop was a game called VR Hands. And let me tell you, it was a genuinely wonderful experience. I went from swinging a really cool sword that I found, driving a boat with this really awesome cool steering wheel and accelerator, watching little people play through an obstacle course, to freaking driving an RC car, remote control and all. It was genuinely so cool. This is so cool. Oh, no. I then toppled the... Oh, Helldivers is done. Cool. I then toppled the chessboard like Bin Laden toppled the towers, played with a little plane that I found, played some one-player ping pong, and then threw some Legos. That's a sentence. I'm not finishing it. I had a lot of fun in this world, and if you have a headset, definitely give Roblox VR a try, especially Oppressor and VR Hands. Hands down, really fun. I give Roblox VR 9 out of 10. Roblox is expanding to new heights every single day, and I cannot wait to see more of what the VR community for Roblox has to offer. Also, honorable mention to Ares VR. This is a single-player VR game with heavy realism in mind. Definitely go check out Pop-Tart Noah on his Twitter. I cannot wait for Ares VR to finish. I will definitely be playing that when it comes out. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead, drop a like and subscribe. Oh no, I did a YouTuber thing. Oh, that sucks. Project Wingman. What can I already say that I haven't said already? It's a good VR flight simulator game, but instead of destroying an empire, you're destroying California, and has so obnoxious teammates. Okay, hang on, tangent time. Can we, okay, off script, can we just realize that every person in Project Wingman is ungodly, like, annoying? Like, okay, like, what character, okay, so your wingmen are actually the worst people in existence. Galaxy is a genuine crime. How did they let this guy sound like this? Galaxy is horrid. Like, dude, why though? And your teammates are just as bad. I mean, like, the only good person in the game is yourself because you don't speak. I mean, you can bring up Prez, but that's just a woman. And, like, everyone's like, oh, no, Activision. I mean, that's why I like Ace Combat so much, because everyone isn't annoying as shit. I'm looking at you, Nickelback. You're my man. You're my bro. You know that? You know what would be really funny? You listening to Tristan's tangent on the show he's making while I was recording this.
This set is going to be an episode. It's basically going to be a retelling of Breath of the Wild, but the Trickster is the main character.
Okay.
And then fucking, instead of using the Master Sword, keep in mind, he does have the Master Sword. He will get the Master Sword eventually in the episode.
Yeah.
But he doesn't use it against Ganon. He doesn't use it against Calamity Ganon. You want to know what he uses?
What does he use against Calamity Ganon?
He just pulls out a fucking Glock and shoots him.
He just gaps his ass. That's funny.
Yeah, he just fucking blows a casket at him, bro.
Dude, imagine if, like, Link knew about that. He's like, I did all this work, and I could have just done that.
So about Link.
Yeah?
About Link. He's gonna die.
Link's dead?
So,
Alright.
So fucking... The episode begins normally, right? The episode will begin normally in a fucking, in one of the random people's houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Will comes in, somehow dies, or in the brink of death. He fucking wakes up. He wakes up in the Shrine of Resurrection, and then sitting beside him is fucking Link. And
He's just there.
And he's like, did I sleep with a fucking guy? He just fucking pulls out a knife and then just stabs him to death while he's sleeping. So the story just continues with fucking the Trickster.
Really? As I start recording? It sounds schizo, I know, but I swear it's probably gonna be funny. In fact, I'm probably gonna be voicing one of the characters too, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I genuinely don't want to edit anymore, so this is what we're gonna do. So the last game we have on the list is Payday 2. Simply put it, Payday 2 VR is the greatest non-VR VR mode of all time. If you get the VR Improvements mod. Now, yes, I did say mods aren't allowed, but it doesn't really even add that much. It just makes the game ever more better. And I tried it for a solid 4.5 hours to try and get Payday 2 at all to launch, and it just didn't. So I have literally no footage to show you. I'm tired. I want to stop editing. I'm gonna die if I keep editing this any longer. Oh man, those sure were some games that I played. So if you stuck around with me for this long or just came off the Payday 2 video and wanted to see the outro, what did we learn? Well, these VR modes in non-VR games are actually pretty cool. Some swing and miss, but at least they swung. Some hit like Mother's Cooking, and some bring you ever closer to whatever god you pray to. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think about these games, and if you have any other games you'd like to mention, be sure to leave a comment as well. If you like this video, go ahead, subscribe, and like the video. You don't have to, it's up to you anyway. I do mostly gaming videos, but this seemed like a fun topic that I wanted to bring to light. Thank you guys so much for watching, really appreciate it, and remember, as I always say, the best way to do your chores is to put on a good song playlist and jam out while you're doing dishes.